Alright, welcome to the next episode, or video, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, we are at Upper Fort Garry, currently in the parking lot. We're going to have a look around. As you can see, the old fort, they put up some nice new structure. And just so we get the full look of the structure here, they got little art decos. We'll probably get a better look at it from the other side. Let's go into the fort, shall we? Now, because it's winter, unfortunately, we won't get to see the native prairie grasses that they grow in the fort, but you can see the remnants of the old prairie grasses that they grow here. And you can see they've designed this whole area. At night it lights up and you can hear the sound of drums. It's a fairly big fort, and there's only so much lasting of the original structure since they tore it down, or I believe it burned down. I'm sure I'll find a plaque or something that says something about what happened. We're walking towards that entrance there, which is the last remaining remnants of the fort itself. I'm hoping to find some sort of signage there. We also got some signage possibly over there. And as you can see, oh yeah, that's nice. It's a nice little park. That's Main Street there. And so this is the old fort, and I don't think you can get up there, but people have clearly gone up there because there's graffiti. My personal stance on graffiti is not available for this video. Fort Garry, 1806, the first fort named, built by the Northwest Company. Named Gibraltar, sorry. I read it, but I didn't say it. 1816, Fort Gibraltar is destroyed. 1822, the second Fort Gibraltar, named Fort Garry after the amalgamation of the Hudson's Bay and Northwest Companies. 1835, Fort Garry rebuilt with stone walls running 280 feet east and west and 240 feet north and south. 1850, walls were extended northward and this gateway was erected. So this gateway was from 1850. In 1882, fort sold and walls except everything, this gateway was demolished. 1897, gateway and park presented by the Hudson's Bay Company to the city of Winnipeg. In 1909, this plate was presented by the Canadian Club of Winnipeg. So that's very interesting. That's some history. Let's get a look out here. Oh, we got lots of plaques here. So near this site stood the following forts: Fort Rouge under La Fédéraille, 1738 1808, Fort Gibraltar of the Northwest Company, 1810, became Fort Garry of the Hudson's Bay Company, 1822, replaced by Upper Fort Garry of stone, and began 1835, extended into the 1850s when this gateway was erected, demolished in 1882. Pretty much just a smaller recap of everything we've learned so far. Oh, and this is... Let's wipe this away. Alright. I'm not reading all that, but as you can see, this was the old fort and how it looked. This fort layout plan was from 1873. Very interesting. Let's see what the old fort of Winnipeg says here. Oh, it's another map. Again, I am not going through all the history here, but it does state all the history if you were to want to come and read any of it. I'm sure you could pause the video and zoom in, but for those who don't want to zoom in, let's... Feel free to pause the video at any time to read this. I know I am going fast. You have to remember it is about -26 with the wind chill. That is in Celsius for my American followers. Born in the Red River settlement, Ambrose de Lapine engaged in river lot agriculture, combining this with hunting and trading as did other Métis. In the autumn of 1869, he became adjutant general to Louis Riel and played a prominent role in the Red River resistance. Some solid history. This is just the same sign in French, because as you know, we are multilingual. Well, I would hope that you would know that we are multilingual. Let's see what this... Oh, this is the main sign. Alright, let's continue on our tour. I think there could be some signage underneath that, but I'm not willing to go digging. Not right now, at least. More than happy to wipe some of the signage away, but not go digging in the snow. Back through the fort, and in here is a nice, beautiful tree. Oh, I'm sure it was around when this fort was there, so it's nice to see a nice big tree here. As you can see, there's lots of small trees lining the place. That's because they just recently redid all of this. And by recent, I mean in the last 10 years, not recent. Well, look at that, it's starting to light up. I'm going to head over there, see if there's any noise. Because, you know what? I'm going to go a different route. Only because I came that way. Let's see what we can see differently here. Once again, in my own ignorance, I brought the wrong shoes for this. I got a bunch of snow in my shoe. The things I do for views. Not much, just get snow in my shoes. To show you how deep the snow is here. And I'm just trudging through it. Now we're coming up to a bus stop, and I personally do not want to invade anybody's personal space, so I'm gonna avoid the bus stop. But oh, there we go. Gotta get the snow out of my shoe here. The thing that blows my mind about the winters here in Winnipeg is how the homeless survive it. I can't imagine having to survive a winter here without a shelter. And then if you look over here, the building behind the fort is what we call the Fort Garry. And if you look over there, there's the Hotel Fort Garry. That was the revolving restaurant. I believe it is out of commission. And lots of seating areas over there, but as you can see, nothing has been shoveled in here. It would take a serious amount of manpower to shovel it for probably little gain, but it would be nice if they did shovel out at least this line here, which I'm sure it was done at one point because there's fine edges. You can see it there. So it must have been shoveled at one point, but alright. Well, that was Fort Garry. I will conclude the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked any of this, please thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll hit up a new park soon. Thank you.